Good evening, everybody, and welcome to UWS Women's Basketball here on 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV, where it's the pregame show, albeit an abbreviated one, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, as the Yellow Jackets returning home for the first time since the Thanksgiving Day holiday to take on Viterbo, a very interesting opponent for the Yellow Jackets here tonight. This is Matt Johnson coming to you live from Mertz Mortarelli Gymnasium, where the Yellow Jackets taking on the V-Hawks of Viterbo. The Yellow Jackets coming into this contest here tonight in non-conference action against Viterbo. Sitting at 2-4 overall, Evelyn Parsons in her first season at the helm of the Yellow Jacket program. UWS coming off of their second victory of the season, their last time out. It was a game that was played last Tuesday down in St. Paul, Minnesota, as the Yellow Jackets defeated McAllister by the final score of 54-43. That was a non-conference game, of course, at the Leonard Center in St. Paul. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets limited the Scots to just 3 of 24 shooting in the first half on the way to building a 23-11 edge at the intermission. In the first quarter of that contest, UWS held McAllister to just 1 of 14 shooting on the way to taking a 12-4 edge after one. The Yellow Jackets continued to shine defensively in the second quarter, limiting the Scots to just 2 of 10 accuracy in the second 10 minutes on the way to outscoring McAllister 11-7 in the frame and taking a 12-point lead into the break. In the third, the Yellow Jackets continued to pull away, knocking down 6 of their 9 shots in the frame to outscore McAllister 17-10 and take a commanding 40-21 edge in the fourth. The Scots mounted a comeback attempt in that fourth quarter, rallying to come within 8 with 42 seconds remaining in the contest, but McAllister never got any closer than 8, thanks to 2 free throws from Maddie Riot and an additional free throw from Mackenzie Lesha down the stretch to seal the victory. For the game, UWS connected on 18 of 60 shots from the field and had 9 different players score in the contest. Megan Schaefer, the sophomore from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, led the way for the Yellow Jackets with 16 points on 5 of 10 shooting. Lesha and Riot each had 8 points in the game, while Colleen Claude came off the bench for the Yellow Jackets to add 7 more in that victory. Meanwhile, they play a Viterbo team that comes in here 2-7 overall. Jordan Scarr, their head coach, he's in his first season at the helm of the V-Hawks program. They're coming off their 7th loss of the season already, falling to St. Ambrose 75-69 last Tuesday at Lee Loman Arena down in Davenport, Iowa. In that contest, the V-Hawks and the Fighting Bees played to a 19-19 draw after one before Viterbo outscored St. Ambrose 15-14 in the second to take a 34-33 edge into the intermission. But the Fighting Bees took command in the third, knocking down 9 of 17 shots from the floor to outscore the V-Hawks 24-16 in the frame, and headed to the fourth quarter, leading it by the score of 57-50. Viterbo never got closer than 5 points on the stretch as St. Ambrose made 5 free throws over the final 39 seconds to seal the victory. For the contest, Viterbo connected on 37.1% of their shots and were led by Carly Drew with 18 points on 5 of 17 shooting. Marley Hughes had 11 points, while Nora Tucker also had 10 more in the loss for Viterbo. So Yellow Jackets entered this game tonight, coming off a victory, while the V-Hawks come in this contest off of a loss. And that sets the stage for the next non-conference contest between the Yellow Jackets and the V-Hawks here at the Mertz. We'll take a quick break and come back with more of our pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, including a look at the starting lineups for the two teams. That'll be coming up in just a couple minutes, so stick around for that. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz, where the Yellow Jackets and the V-Hawks are finishing out their warm-up paces. A quick reminder, our next broadcast of Yellow Jacket women's basketball will come up this coming Saturday, December 6th, as the Yellow Jackets will take on UW Stout here at the Mertz in non-conference action. 1 p.m., the opening tip of that one. 12:45, the pregame with yours truly. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV. We'll give you tonight's starting lineups, starting with the Viterbo V-Hawks, who come into this contest, as I mentioned in the pregame, at 2-7 on the season. This is how their starting lineup looks under head coach Jordan Scar. Starting in the backcourt, 5'8", junior from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, Marley Hughes. She comes into the contest tonight averaging 5.2 points per contest. Starting at forward, 5'11", junior from Cadott, Wisconsin, Lauren Gadel. She comes to the game tonight averaging 7.9 points per contest. Starting also at a forward position, 6 foot junior from Rosemont, Minnesota, Perla Tico Folly. She comes to the game tonight averaging 8.7 points per game. Starting at guard, 5'8", junior from Bangor, Wisconsin, Nora Tucker. She averages 6.9 points per game. And rounding out the V-Hawks starting five is 5'9", sophomore from Westfield, Wisconsin, Carly Drew. She averages 10.7 points per outing. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets will counter with this starting lineup. Starting at guard, 5'7", junior from Stoughton, Wisconsin, Maddie Riot. She comes in the game tonight averaging an even 4 points per game. Starting at guard, 5'5", sophomore from Grantsburg, Wisconsin, Megan Schaefer. She's the Yellow Jackets' leading scorer on the season. She's averaging 10.3 points per game. Starting at forward, 6'3", junior from Plain, Wisconsin, Charlotte Firstel. Firstel comes in the game tonight averaging 8.2 points per contest. Starting at guard, 5'7", senior from Somerset, Wisconsin, Mackenzie Lesha. Lesha averaging 6.0 points per game on the season. And rounding out the Yellow Jackets starting five, 5'4", senior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota, Elsa Olson. She averages 7.5 points per contest. So those are your starting lineups for the two teams. And with that, we will bring our pregame show, sponsored by National Bank of Commerce, to a close. We'll take one more quick break, and then we'll come back with the opening tip of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the V-Hawks, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn. That's coming up in a couple minutes. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Here at the Mertz, the national anthem just got played, and we're just about, I'd say about a minute or two away from the opening tip of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the V-Hawks. We talked about this in the open. It's an interesting matchup tonight for the simple reason that the V-Hawks are not even NCAA Division III, Division II, or Division I affiliated. In fact, they are NAIA members, and they are actually in their second season having joined a new conference, the Chicagoland Collegiate Athletic Conference, otherwise known as CCAC. This is just their second year in that league after having been members of the North Star Athletic Association, the NSAA, since the 2015-2016 academic year. Last year, the V-Hawks went 15-14 overall, including 8-12 in the CCAC in their first year in the conference. And like I mentioned, this is somewhat, like I said, a little bit uncharted territory for the Yellow Jackets taking on the V-Hawks. This is the first time that I can remember the Yellow Jackets ever hosting an NAIA team, at least since I've been broadcasting their games. I have to go back and look at that just to make sure, but as a result, there, of course, aren't too many series notes between the two teams. The Yellow Jackets and the V-Hawks have only met two other times in their respective program histories, with Viterbo taking both previous matchups. They first met way back in the 1990-91 season in Ashland, with the V-Hawks handing the Yellow Jackets an 88-42 defeat. That game was actually played on November 24th of 1990. The two teams' last meeting came last season, in fact, with the Viterbo downing the Yellow Jackets by the final score of 72-53 down on lacrosse. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets were led by Katie Dobson with 15 points, while Elise Bessenden had 12 points. Marley Hughes and Macy Stelner had 12 points each for Viterbo, while Carly Drew finished with 11 points. And tonight is actually their first ever matchup between the two teams here in Superior. So like I said, uncharted territory, I would say, just a little bit here for the Yellow Jackets and Viterbo. Viterbo is a scholarship school, so they do hand out scholarships. I'm not sure how many they hand out in women's basketball, being NAIA. I'll get it out eventually. Affiliated, but we will see. Should be an interesting contest here tonight. I talked about the fact the Yellow Jackets are 2-4 overall. The V-Hawks 2-7 overall. And so, like I said, it's sort of what uncharted territory here playing an NAIA school. Charlotte Furstel, meanwhile, as the two teams are on the B at center court. We'll jump it up. She'll go up against Perla Tico Folly. Yellow Jackets in their home gold jerseys. The V-Hawks in their traveling navy blues. The V-Hawks controlling the tip. Today's opening tip, sponsored by Barker's Island Inn, and we are officially underway. Thank you for joining us here on this Tuesday night. Quick pass inside and spinning and going up with a short jump shot and knocking it down is Perla Tico Folly. So she wins the opening tip, goes inside, goes to the right side, and scores over the top of Furstel, and it's 2-0 in favor of the V-Hawks. They're picking up the Yellow Jackets with a three-quarter court press. UWS able to come into the front court now for the first time. And here is Elsa Olsen. Olsen for the Yellow Jackets now spinning. Kicks it in the corner now for Maddie Riot. Riot for the Yellow Jackets kicks it near side. Schaefer. Megan Schaefer with the three-point try off the back rim. No good. Rebound bounding around. Still bounding around, and it'll be cleared now out of there by Lauren Gadel for the V-Hawks. Viterbo into the front court now. Nora Tucker on the dribble. Now bounce pass comes to the left side. Stepping back is Marley Hughes. Now, in fact, she'll swing it to the corner, and there's a long jump shot from the left side. Three-point bomb is up, and that one is good for Tucker. And the V-Hawks have made their first two shots, and it's 5-0 in favor of Viterbo. Now a turnover as Elsa Olsen has the ball stripped from behind. They kick it into the front court. Three-point shot is up from that side, and that's also good. Carly Drew with the triple, and just like that, the Yellow Jackets down 8-0 in a quick timeout. Going to be called here 32nd by head coach Evelyn Parsons. Going to have to slow it down just a little bit here as the V-Hawks have jumped on the Yellow Jackets to the tune of 8-0 here, just 1 minute and 13 seconds into this opening quarter. By the way, if you can't get enough of the Yellow Jackets, tune in to Eye of the Swarm, the official podcast of Yellow Jacket Athletics. Join John Garber and myself throughout the years. We sit down with Yellow Jacket student athletes, coaches, and other guests. Eye of the Swarm is available on uwsyellowjackets.com/podcast, Spotify, iTunes, or wherever you get your podcasts. So a couple of haymakers here in the early going from the V-Hawks, and the Yellow Jackets find themselves in an 8-point hole here right off the bat. We'll see how head coach Evelyn Parsons and her team responds to this. As I mentioned, NAIA is just a little bit different from the NCAA in terms of games that you can play. Also, scholarship dollars are a little bit different. But I kind of liken this to the Yellow Jackets playing basically a Division II squad. It would be an NCAA Division II equivalent squad here. So it's going to be a tall challenge for the Yellow Jackets tonight. We'll see how they respond. Already down by 8. As Mackenzie Lesher will inbound it now in the front court. She'll trigger it in now for Megan Schaefer. The Yellow Jackets leading scorer comes into the front court. Now on top, Lesher will fire away from three. That's wide to the right, no good. Rebound batted out of play. And it will stay with the Yellow Jackets out off the hands of Nora Tucker. UWS will have 20 seconds to shoot. They'll inbound right baseline. It'll be Lesher that'll do the honors here. As Lesher looking to trigger it in. Schaefer out on top. Now inside, here's Firstel. Going right at Tico. Folly goes up with the left hand and gets the Yellow Jackets on the board. Soft touch from the junior from Plain, Wisconsin, make it 8-2. And into the front court now on the right side. Here's Marley Hughes for the Beehawks. Pass comes right side. Here's Nora Tucker. Tucker now. Bounce pass back inside for Gadel. Now back outside, and another shot is up, and another three. That's two in a row now for Nora Tucker. The Beehawks 4 for their first 4. And they now lead at 11-2. And now here's a turnover as Firstel's pass in the front court picked off by Tico Folly. Back to the direction now. Wide open. 3-point shot. That one is up. Finally, they miss a shot. It's off the front rim. That one was taken by Carly Drew, and the rebound for the Yellow Jackets. Now running in the front court. Here's Lesher going to the rim. Misses the layup. Following up, though, is Schaefer, and she'll lay it in with the right hand. Schaefer has her first 2 points, and it's 11-4. As the Beehawks in the front court now, here's Marley Hughes. Pass coming right side now. Gadel had it, and had it stripped away, and it'll stay here with the Beehawks as the Yellow Jackets going on the bench here. Early going. Hope Carlson going to check in for the first time. The junior transfer from St. Scholastica. Coming in, also checking in for the Yellow Jackets is going to be Kylie Hewitt, the senior from Hurley, Wisconsin. And the Beehawks triggering it in now. Pass comes left side in the corner. 3-point shot is up. Tucker misses that one off the back rim. It was a corner 3-point shot. Rebound collected by Elsa Olsen for UWS. Now she'll run it into the front court for the Jackets. Pass comes right side for Maddie Riot. Riot out on top now. Here's Schaefer. Bounce pass for Hewitt. Hewitt. Now Hope Carlson putting it on the deck. Picks up her dribble. Out on top now, it's Elsa Olsen. 10 seconds to shoot. Pass comes left side. Now here's Carlson on the run. Had her shot knocked away by Tico Folly, but she'll be whistled on the foul. And I think they're going to send Carlson to the free throw line to shoot 2 here. 7:02 remaining. Opening quarter. Tico Folly gets whistled for the foul. That's the first of the contest. And Carlson's first free throw is good. Hope Carlson, 5'10 junior, as I mentioned, former Proctor High School Rail. Former St. Scholastica Saint at the line, looking to go 2 for 2, and she does so. She knocks down both free throws. It's now 11-6. And the Jackets going to pick up a little bit of three-quarter court pressure of their own. Beehawks in the front court, however. This is Gadel. Now for Hughes on the left side. Tico Folly, top of the key. Now she'll hand it off. Gadel going left side now. Here's Nora Tucker. Now out on top. Here's Hughes. 8 seconds to shoot as the pass comes out on top for Tico Folly. Now going down low. Going up with the shot. Missing it off the glass. No good was Gadel, but she's going to draw a foul. And Lauren Gadel will go to the free throw line to shoot 2 here with 6:36 remaining in the first quarter. Beehawks as a team shoot free throws at 64%. For her part, Gadel so far 63.2 on the season from the stripe. And her first free throw is nothing but net. She has her first point, and it's 12-6. One more for Gadel. This roster for Viterbo, almost exclusively Minnesota and Wisconsin. A couple of exceptions to that, but the vast majority of the players are from the Twin Cities and Wisconsin. As Gadel knocks down both free throws. Now Elsa Olsen to the free throw line, had her shot blocked by Tico Folly. Loose ball to the Beehawks, and here they come in the front court. Drew on the right side. Well, the pass comes out on top. Tucker swinging it left side, and now we're going to have a holding foul called on Elsa Olsen. Calls it while she was guarding Marley Hughes left side. Be the first foul on the Yellow Jackets. Comes with 6:15 remaining. First quarter. 13-6 your score in favor of Viterbo. Colleen Cloud's going to check in now for Elsa Olsen. 2 team fouls now on UWS, and a trigger in now from the far side for Drew. Tucker, pass inside through the hands of Tico Folly. Picked up, though, on the far side by Marley Hughes. Now the pass comes inside. And Tico Folly goes up and lays it in with the left hand. Now 15-6 your score. Jackets now coming in the front court with Hewitt, and the ball is knocked away. Off of Lauren Gadel. It'll be UWS basketball. 4 points now, by the way, for Perla Tico Folly. Carlson will inbound now. And she'll flip it in the backcourt for Schaefer. Schaefer landed off right side now. Colleen Claude out on top. Lesha now on the elbow. It is Kylie Hewitt. Now Carlson. Schaefer. 8 seconds to shoot as she makes her move toward the free throw line. Tried to go down low with the pass. That one read and picked off by Gadel. Turnover on the Jackets, and in the front court now here's Tucker. Got stripped by Carlson. Nice defensive play by her. Now it's a 2-on-1 back the other direction. Carlson bounce pass. Claude underneath goes up, lays it up. No good. Gets her own rebound. Had her shot blocked. And the rebound off the 2 enclosed misses now for the Beehawks, and they're in the front court. Hughes now going left side. Another near turnover. Now Lesha able to get a steal. Long lead pass. Now here's Schaefer behind everybody. She'll go in, lay it up and in. And Megan Schaefer now has 4. The Yellow Jackets cut the lead to 7, 15-8. Beehawks in the front court now with Hughes. Here's Tucker on the right side. Tico Folly. Open 3-point shot now is Hughes. That one's off the front rim. Rebound bonding around, and it's cleared by Colleen Claude for the Yellow Jackets. Now Carlson. And we'll have a reach-in foul called now against Gadel as Hope Carlson came across the timeline into the front court. UWS going to bring in 3 new players into the game. It's going to be Riot, Olsen, and Firstel all returning here. Meanwhile, Viterbo going to go into their bench for the first time. Checking in Kira John. Also checking in for the first time, Shayna Williamson. As UWS triggers it in. Also in Abby Ward. Olsen now out on top. Pass comes left side for Riyadh on the wing. Riyadh down low. Here's Firstel. Out on top, Lesha. She'll fire away from 3-point range and knock it down. Mackenzie Lesha with the Yellow Jackets' first triple. And UWS has come to within 4 now at 15-11. In the front court now Tucker. Pass comes on the left side in the corner for Marley Hughes. Now it's Shayna Williamson. 3-point shot up from Tucker, and that one is good. Nora Tucker with the 3. Came in averaging 6.9. She's already got 9 points here in the first quarter. The lead back up to 7 at 18-11 for the Beehawks. Jackets in the front court now with Olsen. Claude on the right side. Now Riyadh on the wing. And Riyadh now on the crossover. Picks up her dribble. Olsen. Now she'll tee up a long, high-arcing three-pointer, and she'll knock it down. Elsa Olsen with the triple. Both teams shooting the ball pretty well here to start. 18-14 now your score. Hughes into the front court. Swing it now for Ward over the left side. Going up and under, trying to reverse layup with the right hand there with Shayna Williamson. Rebound cleared off the miss by the Yellow Jackets. And now Olsen coming back to the direction, and she'll draw a foul as she went right to the cup on the right side. Going to get Kira John, I think, on the foul. We'll see. They haven't put it up on the board as of yet. Actually, they're going to call it on Shayna Williamson. There are 2 Williamsons on this Viterbo team. This one is Shayna, the other being Ashley. I'm not sure if they're related or not, since they're from different hometowns. Shayna from Appleton, Wisconsin, while Ashley is from Minot, North Dakota. In the meantime, for the Yellow Jackets, going to the line is Elsa Olsen. Her first free throw is up and good. Yellow Jackets shooting free throws at a 76.8% clip. Olsen, for her part, 7 out of 8 heading in the game here tonight. So good free throw numbers for the senior from Cottage Grove, Minnesota. Second free throw for Olsen is also good. She has 5, and the lead is 2. Viterbo into the front court now on the right side. Here's Shayna Williamson. On top for Abby Ward. Now pass comes down low. John turning, going up with the shot, and gets it to go high off the glass and down for 2. She was kind of fading away. And she let that one go, but got the soft touch off the window. Knocks it down, and it now is 20-16. Now here's Maddie Riot for the Yellow Jackets, looking for somewhere to go with the pass. Now finally gets it across the timeline for Kira Latvala, who's in. Now here's Elsa Olsen cutting down the right side. going up off the glass at the right hand for two. And it's now 20-18. Back and forth we go. Pass on the left side now, Abby Ward. Inside now, John. Moving the ball around. Now 3-point shot is up. That one's off the back rim. That one was taken by Shayna Williamson. Rebound collected by Hope Carlson for UWS. And now it's Elsa Olsen in the front court. Carlson left side now. Looking down low. Hope Carlson going on the baseline. Kicks it out. Riot steps inside. Now spins on the right hand. Goes up off the glass for two. Nice move by Maddie Riot, and we're tied up. 20 apiece. As we move into the front court. Coming up on 2 minutes remaining first quarter. Pass in the corner. That 3-point shot is up. And that one's off the back rim. That one's taken by C.C. Davis, who's in for the first time. Offensive rebound, though, grabbed by Shayna Williamson out on top. 3-point shot. That one was taken by Abby Ward, wide to the left, no good. And the rebound collected by Charlotte Firstel. And now with 1:45 remaining in the quarter, the Yellow Jackets can take their first lead. As Olsen in the front court. Bounce pass comes left side for Riot on the wing. Riot out on top, Latvala. Riot looking down low now for Firstel. Riot now on the baseline, gets double teamed. Tried to kick a pass to the corner for Elsa Olsen, turned over. Off the turnover, the V-Hawks back to their direction. Abby Ward. Now Shayna Williamson in the corner. 3-point shot partially blocked. Nicely done by Riot there to get a piece of that shot by Davis. And now UWS has another chance to take the lead here. Olsen coming into the front court. Behind the back dribble. Now she'll pull up with a heat check 3-point shot. It's off the back rim. No good. Offensive rebound though for Carlson. Her shot goes up. Off the mark. No good. Rebound saved in by Firstel, right to the V-Hawks, however, and now Viterbo comes back to the direction as we're under a minute remaining first half. Pass left side for Davis. Shayna Williamson. Davis wide open, jump shot. That one rims around, drops off, no good. Rebound for John. She goes up and she'll score it. Firstel couldn't collect the rebound. Kira John picked it up, laid it in, and now it's 22-20, and the shot clock is off. Jackets can play for one. Has Olsen in the front court. Elsa Olsen. In the corner now, Riot. Addie Riot. Now for Firstel against John. Trying to go up with the shot, had it blocked. Picks it back up, flips it up off the window, no good. Gets her own rebound, gets another shot blocked by John. And the V-Hawks pick it up. 2 seconds, 1 second. And the shot from right near mid-court by Marley Hughes falls off the front rim, no good. And that's how a very, very offensive first 10 minutes here from the Mertz concludes. Plenty of scoring. Plenty of hot shooting both ways, too. Both teams knocking down plenty of shots here in the beginning of this one. Numbers pretty similar. Not surprising in a 22-20 game. Viterbo 8 out of 18 to start, shooting 44.4%. Jackets 7 out of 17, but from 41.2%. Viterbo's already taken 10 3-point shots and made 4 of them. The Jackets are 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. UWS also 4 for 4 from the free throw line. The V-Hawks are 2 for 2. Jackets +5 in rebounding so far. They also have 5 offensive rebounds. So all in all, a very entertaining start to this one. Pace has been good. There's been plenty of scoring thus far. Viterbo being led by Nora Tucker. She has 9 points. Came in averaging 6.9, as I mentioned. All 9 coming on 3 out of 4 from beyond the arc. 4 points each so far for Tico Foley. And for John, 3 points so far for Carly Drew. And 2 more for Lauren Gadel. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets, 7 points for Elsa Olsen. 4 points thus far for Megan Schaefer. 3 for Mackenzie Lesha. And 2 points each so far for Charlotte Firstel, Maddie Riot, and Hope Carlson as we get ready to begin quarter number 2. And if that first quarter is any indication, we're in for a treat tonight between these two here at the Mertz. Good crowd on hand as well. As Lesha triggering in to begin quarter number 2. The Yellow Jackets original starting 5 back out there. With the exceptions of Carlson, Hewitt, and Claude. Now 3-point shot up from Lesha. Rims around, falls off, no good. Rebound kicking around, and I think it caught Colleen Claude, who was on the baseline. And she grabbed the basketball. Tough break there, and it'll go over on the dead ball turnover to the V-Hawks, as now they come in the front court for the first time. Chloe Off is in for the first time. Kicks a pass over to Tucker. Tried to make a head fake and a drive down the baseline, but dragged her pivot foot, so she'll be called for a travel. Turnover gives the basketball back to UWS. 22-20 your score in favor of the V-Hawks. They've led by as many as 9 so far, but the Jackets made their way right back into it as that first quarter moved on. Now UWS against the press. Carlson going all the way to the rim, flips up a shot off the glass. That's no good. Rebound on the deck, and we're going to have a jump ball. Hewitt getting tied up down there, along with Lauren Gadel, and on the alternating possession, will go back to the V-Hawks. Gadel will trigger it in now. And Off now will bring the V-Hawks into the front court. Pass comes on the right side. Tucker down low. Nice cut going up and laying it in. Uncontested under there was Carly Drew. Jackets falling asleep a little bit defensively. Nice cut by Drew as well. Wide open underneath. She lays it in. She's got 5. And it leads up to 4 at 24-20 as Kylie Hewitt for the Yellow Jackets in the front court. Colleen Clodd now on the left side. Bounce pass comes on the wing. Hope Carlson now for Schaefer out on top. Megan Schaefer. And right side now for Mackenzie Lesha. Lesha with 10 seconds to shoot. Picks up her dribble. Now finds Hewitt. Hewitt putting the ball on the deck. Got stripped of the basketball. Picked up by Tico Folly, who's back in. And now the V-Hawks in the front court. Pass coming left side for Drew. Out on top. They'll swing it right side. Nora Tucker. Tucker in the corner. Picks up her dribble. Pass comes down low. No, Gadel stepping through. Gets double team. Tico Folly now down low again as Drew goes up, misses the bunny, and we'll have a jump ball off the missed layup by Carly Drew, and on the alternating position this time we'll go back to the Yellow Jackets. As Riot's going to come back in, she will take out Colleen Clodd. And Hope Carlson will trigger in now. V-Hawks going to pick up full court here. Kylie Hewitt, it's the inbounds pass now. Hope Carlson. Lesha, long lead pass. Volleyball spiked into the back court. Picked back up now by Hewitt. That was Gadel, by the way. He took a huge swing at it with the right hand. Now UWS in the front court with Schaefer. Now Hewitt putting it on the deck. Goes right to the rim. Flips it up and lays it in and will draw the foul. It'll be called on Perla Tico Folly. And Kylie Hewitt, now the senior from Hurley, will go to the free throw line looking for the old-fashioned three-point play. 7 minutes, 52 seconds between us and halftime. A reminder, our halftime programming sponsored by Holvin Incorporated. Well, our first half summary, and look at the first half stats. We'll also catch you up on everything else going on with the Yellow Jacket Athletics. All that coming up in a little over 7 minutes. Hewitt missing the free throw. Rebound grab by the V-Hawks. Score remains 24-22 as Off into the front court. Gadel putting it on the deck. Kicks it off in the corner for Tucker. Now Gadel, right block. Went up with the shot, and they're going to call a foul, and that's going to be hoop and harm there, or they're going to call an offensive foul. Yeah, I thought he had actually, referee on that baseline, I thought he had signaled that the basket counted as Mackenzie Lesha took a shoulder right to the chops on that one. And I was hoping that they would not give Gadel the three-point play opportunity. She did convert the lay-in, but the official saw the shoulder to the face of Mackenzie Lesha, and off the turnover now the Jackets with a chance to tie as they come in the front court with Elsa Olsen. Olsen for the Jackets, handing it off for Lesha. Bounce pass, no, that one knocked away. Kira John creating the turnover. Now Gadel back the other direction, handing it off. Now Berg, she lost the handle, and the foul's going to be called on Lesha on the reach-in. For Lesha, that'll be her first. And actually they're going to call it. Yeah, they are going to call it on Lesha. They hadn't put it up on the board yet. First team foul on the Jackets, second quarter. First foul of the second quarter. The V-Hawks have 2, Fouls in the frame. Now off the inbounds. Pass comes right side. Here is Carly Drew. Her three-point shot is up. No good. Rebound grab by Riot. And we're going to have a foul called on Kira John. And for John, that'll be her first. 13 foul on the V-Hawks. Jackets will inbound now against full court pressure. Here's Lesha. Triggering in for Riot. Maddie Riot now. Finds Elsa Olsen. Olsen, baseball pass right side. Schaefer lining up a three-point shot. That one off the back rim, no good. Rebound. It's grabbed by Riot, and then she couldn't quite corral it. Ended up fumbling it out of play, and it'll be Viterbo basketball here. 6:47 remaining in the half. Lafayette comes back in for UWS. She takes out Megan Schaefer. Also back in now for Viterbo is Marley Hughes. She'll take out Gadel. That comes in now for Oth. She's into the front court. As goes left side now for Drew. Hughes out on top. Tucker. Tucker with the return pass now. Going on the baseline now, up and under. Stepping on the baseline as she made her move, though. As she tried to reverse was Carly Drew. It'll be a turnover on the V-Hawks. Charlotte Furstel's going to come back in. She'll take out Kylie Hewitt. Entertaining first half here between the two sides. Viterbo came out on fire. Scored the first 8. Led 11-2 at one point, then 15-6, and the Jackets worked their way back in, and right now it's just a 2-point contest at 24-22. Latvala now will line up a 3. Off the back rim. Riot with the rebound. Kicks it out. Lesha open. She'll fire from 3 and bank it in. Bank was open on the 3-point bomb from Mackenzie Lesha. She now has 6, and the Jackets have their first lead of the night at 25-24. Now Drew going right side. Nora Tucker, bounce pass. Kira John against a double team. Kicks it out on top. Hughes, bounce pass now. Back for John. Goes inside, flips up a shot, and lays it in for 2. That was good offense there by the V-Hawks. Nice two-way passing play with Marley Hughes results in the bucket for John, and now the V-Hawks back up 26-25. Here's Lesha. And in the front court, now here's Elsa Olsen. Some nifty behind-the-back dribbling from Mackenzie Lesha on that move up the court. That was the reason for the oohs and ahs that you might have heard in the background. Lesha, of course, a two-sport athlete here at UWS. Starting center fielder on the softball team for head coach Melissa Fracker during the spring season. Jackets now have 12 seconds inbound. Lesha, as I just mentioned a moment ago, will inbound it. Gives it now for Hope Carlson, who's back in. Now Lesha out on top. Kenzie Lesha goes right side for Schaefer, who's back in. Now out on top of Latvala. 2 seconds. 1 second to shoot. Jackets don't know the shot clock situation, and buzzer sounded. And now the officials are going to confer. Had 12 on the clock when they inbounded. They didn't call a foul. I think that's going to be a violation on the Jackets. Yep. Jackets just weren't aware of the shot clock situation. Yeah, it didn't reset. The V-Hawks never got full possession of the basketball when they knocked it out last time, so no reason for the shot clock to reset, and it didn't. Now Claude comes back in. She'll take out Latvala. It's one of those things where the bench needs to recognize that and let the players know how much time's on the shot clock. Now off the turnover, the V-Hawks in the front court. Here's Kira John, top of the key. Swinging a pass now right side. Putting on the deck is Chloe Oth. They swing it now left side. Abby Ward back in there as well for the V-Hawks. Goes left side. Puts up her dribble with 10 seconds on the shot clock. Now Tucker coming down the middle. Flips up a shot and gets it to go down for 2. Nora Tucker is already with double figures with 11. And the lead is now 3 at 28-25. Here's Schaefer in the front court. They'll hand it off now for Carlson left side. Claude swings it right corner now. Lesha. Skip pass, finds Schaefer left side. Schaefer now getting a step. Flipped up a shot. Right hand. Couldn't get it to go down. Now Claude with the offensive rebound. Here's a head fake now by Carlson. Stepping through, going up with the shot off the glass. No good. Rebound cleared out of there by Abby Ward for Viterbo. And now the V-Hawks in the front court with Oth. The pass for Tucker, who's had a very, very strong first half here for the V-Hawks. Ward will swing it for Oth in the corner. Now Marley Hughes putting on the deck. Kicks it in the corner. Tucker, another three-point shot is up and good. My goodness, she is really on fire here. Nora Tucker has doubled her season output in scoring average here in the first 17 minutes of this half, and it's 31-25, and the Jackets call timeout here. Tucker with 14 points here in the half. She hasn't missed more than one or two shots here. In fact, she's only missed one. 5 for 6 now for Tucker. She's 4 for 5 from beyond the arc. 14 points in 13 minutes. The rest of her teammates combined have 17. The Yellow Jackets, meanwhile, still being led by Elsa Olsen, although they've cooled off here in the second quarter. The Jackets just 2 for 8 so far here in the frame. Viterbo, meanwhile, 4 for 6. They're now shooting an even 50% at 12 out of 24. As we come out of the timeout, as Carlson triggers it in now for Elsa Olsen. Olsen now right side, Maddie Riot. Now Schaefer, Riot right side. Olsen out on top. Schaefer in the corner now, and they're going to say that she stepped out of bounds as she made her move inside. Turnover gives the basketball back now to the V-Hawks. 3 minutes, 33 seconds separating us from halftime. And our halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. First half summary, first half stats coming up, as well as our Yellow Jacket sports summary. All that coming up at the half. As the V-Hawks in the front court now. Here's Off, stepping behind the screen by John. Goes up with a three-point shot, no good. Rebound bounds in the hands of Hope Carlson. And Carlson for the Jackets into the front court. Pass comes right side now. Schaefer in the corner now. Riot putting on the deck, getting around Tucker. Goes inside, has her shot blocked, but they're going to call the foul on Kira John. Maddie Riot with a nice quick move. And she'll go to the free throw line and shoot a pair here with 3:07 remaining in the half. In the meantime, Kylie Hewitt will return. She'll take out Charlotte Firstel. Maddie Riot's first free throw is up and good. 3 points now for Riot. She's got one more coming. Second free throw is also good. So Riot knocks down 2 free throws. Claude and Lesher are going to come back in. They'll take out Carlson and Riot. And in a 31-27 Viterbo lead, the V-Hawks into the front court. Pass comes left side. Abby Ward, Marley Hughes. Now they give it out on top for Tucker. Got to keep a close eye on her with her 14 first half points already. Off on the left side now. We'll swing up. 3-point shot up from Ward. That one off the front rim, no good. And then unable to save it as it went out of play was the aforementioned Nora Tucker. Jackets will put it in play here now with 2:44 on the first half clock. Lesha triggering it in now, and here's Elsa Olsen in the front court. Schaefer right side, swings it left side now. Colleen Claude, Kylie Hewitt out on top. Now Lesha putting the ball on the deck. Mackenzie Lesha. Schaefer looking down low, 10 seconds to shoot. Lesha lining up another three, and she's got it. Right side, nothing but net for Mackenzie Lesha. 3 triples in the first half for Lesha, counting for all 9 of her points, and the Jackets down by 1, 31-30. Tucker in the front court now, swinging it left side. Abby Ward back for Tucker right side. Off, now swinging it. Here's Hughes. Marley Hughes' pass out on top now. Tucker back for Hughes. 10 seconds to shoot for Viterbo. Ward out on top now against Schaefer. Going left side, trying to pick up her dribble. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and then they turn it over as the basketball is thrown across the way into the student section. UWS basketball as Riot comes back in. She'll take out Elsa Olsen. Meanwhile, Viterbo going into their bench as well. Cato's back in there, as is Shayna Williamson. and C.C. Davis. There's the Jackets in the front court now with Claude. Riyad out on top. Lesha left side. Skip pass now for Riyad. Right wing, Maddie Riyad putting it on the deck, trying to spin around Tucker. Picking up her dribble, kicks it outside. Lesha will fire from three, and it just spins off, no good. Good luck there, rebound for Gadel. And now reaching foul for UWS's Megan Schaefer. She reached in on Gadel. That'll be her second team foul on the Jackets here in the second quarter. 1:17 remaining. The Hawks have committed 4 fouls so far. On the next one, the Yellow Jackets will be shooting 2 free throws. As Gadel triggers it in now. On the right side, here's Davis. Davis now right side back for Tucker. Tucker, who has been the best player on the floor here so far in the first half, gives the ball out on top for Shayna Williamson. Now Hughes. Tucker for 3, and she knocks it down again. My goodness. 17 first half points now for Nora Tucker, and it's 34-30. Jackets are going to have to find a way to guard her in the second half, I can tell you that much. Here's Schaefer now. 40 seconds remaining in the half. Claude will fire from 3. That's off the back rim. Shot came from the corner. Rebound in the hands of Davis, and now back the other direction comes Viterbo. Half minute remaining, first half. Now pass Tucker going right to the basket. Flips up a shot and gets it to go down again. 19 now points for Nora Tucker. More than half of their total. 36-30. Claude. Lesha. She'll fire from 3. That one's wide to the right. No good. Rebound now cleared by Shayna Williamson. 10 seconds remaining in the quarter. Williamson on the dribble. Handing it off. Now Tucker. Another heat check 3-point shot. That one spins out. No good. Rebound. Grabbed by Davis. And the buzzer sounds as she tried to kick a pass to the top of the key. And that is how the opening 20 minutes here from the Mertz ends between the Viterbo V-Hawks and the UW Superior Yellow Jackets. Your score at the break, Viterbo 36, Yellow Jackets 30. We'll take a quick break and come back with our halftime programming sponsored by Halvin Incorporated. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. In Superior, halftime programming is sponsored by Hobbin Incorporated. Entertaining ball game going on here so far. between the Yellow Jackets and NAIA Viterbo University, located, of course, down in La Crosse, Wisconsin. The V-Hawks, a scholarship-level program in women's basketball, and the Yellow Jackets counting themselves quite well in that first half, although the shooting numbers did cool off for UWS as the half wore on. Nevertheless, UWS right in it right now, only trailing by 6 at 36-30 as we jump into our first half summary and look at the first half stats. In that first quarter, Viterbo got off to a really fast start. They knocked down their first 4 shots, scoring the first 8 points and 11 of the first 13 overall to lead 11-2. Then they led 15-6. For the Yellow Jackets put together a nice run. Teams went back and forth the rest of that quarter, and Viterbo ended up taking a 22-20 lead after one. Then the second quarter, both teams cooled off a little bit. The Yellow Jackets in the second quarter, as a team, just 3 for 12. They're now shooting at 34.5%. Viterbo, meanwhile, 6 out of 11 in that quarter, although it felt like they struggled a little bit more than that. They're now shooting at 48.3%. That's probably the biggest difference in the ball game right now. It's just the shooting percentages. That and also the play of Viterbo's Nora Tucker, who just could not miss in that first half. Other numbers in that first half, by the way, before we get into the individual numbers. The Yellow Jackets talked about the shooting numbers in that first half. UWS 4 for 12 from the three-point arc. The V-Hawks had 6 out of 16. UWS did make up some of the difference at the free throw line. They were 6 for 7 in the half, while the V-Hawks were 2 for 2. Jackets also plus 3 in rebounding at 17-14. They have 7 offensive rebounds, while Viterbo has 4 in that first half. So those are your numbers to this point. Not a lot of turnovers to even talk about in that first half. A few, but not a lot. Viterbo had 6 turnovers to go along with 11 assists. The Jackets almost 1-1. Had 9 turnovers, which is going to be a little bit too much for Coach Evelyn Parsons and company to stomach, but they also had 7 assists. And when they were able to take care of the basketball, they actually did quite well in their half-court offense. So that's the situation from a team perspective. Individually in that first half, talking about the leading scorer so far and away the best player on the floor in that opening 20 minutes was Viterbo's Nora Tucker. 7 out of 9 from the field, 5 for 7 from beyond the arc. She's got 19 points. You take her out of the equation, by the way, the rest of the V-Hawks right now are 7 for 20 from the field. And Tucker almost single-handedly carrying them offensively now with those 19 points. Next closest player was Kira John off the bench with 6 points. 5 points so far for Carly Drew. 4 points for Perla Tico Folly. And 2 points so far for Lauren Gadel. Meanwhile, the Yellow Jackets being led by Lesha, Mackenzie Lesha, with 9 points. She's 3 for 8 from the field, 3 for 7 from beyond the arc. Meanwhile, the Jackets getting 7 points from Elsa Olsen. 4 points each from Maddie Riot and Megan Schaefer. And also 2 points from Charlotte Firstel, Kylie Hewitt, and Hope Carlson in that first half. Not a lot of fouls to talk about either. Just 4 fouls called against the Jackets in that first half, while the V-Hawks committed 7, although they have 2 players with 2 fouls each. Perla Tico Folly has 2, and Lauren Gadel also have 2 for Viterbo, 1 half in. So those are your numbers here. We'll keep an eye on that foul situation, of course, as the second half continues to unfold. So that's your story halfway home in this one. 20 minutes to go between the Yellow Jackets and the V-Hawks. And with that, we'll take another break here during our halftime programming, sponsored by Howland Incorporated, and come back with more, including our Yellow Jacket Sports Summary. That's coming up in about 2 minutes. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Matt Johnson back here at the Mertz. We're about 6 minutes away from the start of the third quarter of this contest between the Yellow Jackets and the Viterbo Dec. And as usual, we'll give you our Yellow Jacket sports summary here before we begin the second 20 minutes here on this Tuesday evening. Men's basketball still looking for their first win on the season, now sitting at 0-6 overall. They're coming off of a tight 68-65 loss to Loras. In non-conference action, that game was played right here this past Saturday at the Mertz. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets led by as many as 18 in that first 20 minutes and connected on 43.3% of their shots overall in the opening 20 minutes on the way to taking a 36-29 edge into the break. But the Loras held the Yellow Jackets to just 10 made field goals after halftime and rallied back to defeat the Yellow Jackets. For the game, the Jackets connecting on 40.4% of their shots and were led by Caden Lecce with 21 points on 9 of 15 shooting. Meanwhile, Evan Bennett added 10 points to the Yellow Jackets in that loss. They're next in action tomorrow, hitting the road, going down to Menominee to take on UW Stout in non-conference action. 7 p.m. the opening tip from Johnson Fieldhouse down in Menominee. They'll next be at home, however, this coming Saturday, December 6th, taking on St. Norbert right here at the Mertz. That'll be game 2 of a non-conference doubleheader here for Yellow Jacket men's and women's basketball. The Green Knights and the Yellow Jackets. 3 p.m. the opening tip, 2:45. The pregame with yours truly. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM, KUWS, and on Yellow Jacket TV. So please note that for those of you listening and watching back home. Women's hockey now 1-7 overall, 1-1 in the WIAC. They fell in overtime to St. Norbert 1-0 on Saturday at the Cornerstone Community Center in De Pere as the Green Knights completed a weekend sweep of the Yellow Jackets. In that contest, the only goal of the game came when St. Norbert's Tristan Wickland scored just 1:42 into the extra session to give the Green Knights the victory. For the game, St. Norbert held a 39-23 edge in shots on goal. Jada Moyer went all the way in goal for UWS, making 38 saves to take the loss. Their next in action is coming Saturday, December 6th versus UW Eau Claire. That will be a 2 p.m. opening face-off against the Blue Golds on at Westman Arena. 1:45 the pregame. That'll be Yellow Jacket TV broadcast only. They'll next be, however, on the radio after the first of the new year on January 2nd when they take on St. Benedict at Westman Arena. 7 p.m. the opening face-off. 6:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. John Garver will be your play-by-play guy for that one. And last but not least, men's hockey at 5-3-1 now overall. They are 1-1 in the WIAC. They defeated St. Scholastica 5-2 in the consolation game of the 2025 Superior Showdown presented by Subway this past Saturday at Westman Arena. In that contest, the Yellow Jackets got goals from Rupe Tui Mioksa, Matthew Danziger, Carson Riddle, Daniel Roosevelt, and Chris Ishmael, while holding a 38-29 edge in shots on goal. Kobe Grant went all the way in goal for the Yellow Jackets, making 27 saves. They're next in action on Friday, December 5th, taking on UW River Falls on the street at Westman Arena. 7 p.m. the opening face-off. 6:30 will be the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast as well on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. And as always, my partner John Garver will be handling the play-by-play duties there. So that's your Yellow Jacket sports summary as we tick down toward the start of the third quarter of this contest between UWS and Viterbo. And with that, we'll take our final break of the halftime programming sponsored by Hovland Incorporated. We'll take another break and then come back with the start of the third quarter between the Yellow Jackets and the Vhawks. That's coming up in about 2 minutes. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Yellow Jacket fans, get the same gear the Yellow Jackets wear by visiting the Yellow Jacket Apparel and Merchandise Store. Browse the latest styles of gear, including shirts, shorts, sweatshirts, outerwear, and more. The Yellow Jacket Apparel and Merchandise Store can be found at uwsyellowjackets.com/shop. As we're getting ready to start this third quarter, the Yellow Jackets have already broken their team huddle and are ready. It looks like they will not have the basketball first here. It looks like it'll be Viterbo's basketball to start. Talked about it at halftime a little bit. The Yellow Jackets are going to have to try to find a way to slow down Nora Tucker, who so far has not slowed down at all after 20 minutes. 19 points in 20 minutes of basketball for Tucker, 7 for 9 shooting, and I mentioned it in my first half summary. Viterbo is a team shooting 14 out of 29, almost all that done by number 20 in Navy. She's 7 for 9. The rest of her teammates are 7 for 20. So if the Yellow Jackets get back into this game and give themselves a shot to maybe steal it at the end, they have to keep an eye on number 20 and make sure that she doesn't touch the basketball that much. Looks like Mackenzie Lesh is going to start the second half guarding Nora Tucker, so we'll see how that plays out. Lesh, a member of the all-defensive team in the UMAC the last couple of years. As we begin the third quarter, V-Hawks in possession of the basketball as they come to the front court. This is Marley Hughes now on the right side, over for Lauren Gadel. Swing it now, Tucker. Quick release on the three. Good defense that time by Lesher to get her hand on that one, so that's a good start to the third quarter. Then off the miss, the rebound grabbed by the V-Hawks. Their follow-up shot is no good off the glass, and the Jackets finally clearing the rebound with Firstel. Now Schaefer, she'll pull up. She'll fire from three. That's an air ball. Rebound tracked down the corner now by Marley Drew. And Drew now with the long lead pass into the front court. Drew now for Hughes. Now inside going up, laying it in is going to be Perla Tico Folly, and she's going to draw a foul on the Yellow Jackets. Got just a little bit of space at the left side block, went in and laid in the basket and drew the foul. I'm going to call it on Charlotte first, so that'll be her first. And it's 38-30 now. And Tico Folly can equal the V-Hawks' largest lead if she knocks down this free throw, which she does. Old-fashioned three-pointer makes it 39-30. And now the V-Hawks picking up full court. Riot breaking it. Right behind the defense, wide open is going to be Schaefer. She'll go up and lay it in. Good job by Riot. Just spinning away from traffic. Schaefer broke to the basket. Found her with the pass, and she laid it in. Megan Schaefer now at 6. That's 39-32 as the V-Hawks in the front court. Pass coming inside. Now here's Gadel against the double team. Now trying to split the double team. Goes up with a shot off the glass. No good. Rebound cleared by Firstel. And now Elsa Olsen for the Yellow Jackets into the front court. Megan Schaefer left side. Now swings the pass right side for Riot. Maddie Riot. Goes left side now Olsen. Now Schaefer. Riot with 10 seconds to shoot. Into the corner now Lesha. Now Olsen. Ball fake now around Hughes. Goes with the runner in the lane. Off the back rim, no good. Tico Folly grabs the rebound for Viterbo. And now Hughes. Long lead pass for Gadel. Gadel now going up off the glass. Good defense there by Riot to create that miss. Off the miss, the rebound grab by UWS's Firstel. And now here's Schaefer in the front court. Bounce pass in the corner, and then she gets knocked to the deck, does Schaefer. Gadel got a piece of her. That foul on Gadel will be her third. She's the first player on either team into 3 foul territory. And as Hope Carlson checks in for UWS, she'll take out Lesha. And Riot will inbound for the Yellow Jackets left baseline. 22 seconds to shoot. Takes it in for Schaefer left side. Schaefer now. Also Olsen out on top. Olsen will hand it off now Riot. Bounce pass for Firstel. Against Tico Folly, spins through her right hand and goes up and kisses off the glass for 2. Charlotte Firstel, good possession on the right side block. She has points 3 and 4 for her on the night, and it's 39-34. Viterbo in the front court now. Tico Folly, bounce pass now for Hughes. Now extra pass down low for Drew, and that's a nice, easy flip up and 2 points for Carly Drew. 41-34. Now Schaefer behind everybody. Long lead pass knocked away. And a defensive play by Chloe Off, who just checked in a moment ago. Claude will come back in. She'll take out Schaefer. Riot will inbound now left baseline for the Yellow Jackets. And she'll lob it now out on top for Carlson. Hope Carlson for the Yellow Jackets, getting a step, going all the way to the rim. Flipped up a shot, no good. Rebound in the hands of Colleen Claude. Now on the right side, here's Riot. Olsen out on top. Swings it now for Claude in the corner. Colleen Claude now. Hope Carlson, 8 seconds to shoot. Carlson now stepping behind the screen. Now Claude putting the ball on the deck. Tried to step through. 3 seconds, 2 seconds. Claude has to go up with the shot attempt, and it's a violation on UWS. Jackets just a little indecisive as to who's going to take the shot. Kylie Hewitt now will come back in for the Jackets. She replaces Firstel. Meanwhile, the V-Hawks in the front court now. Drew out on top. Off. Right side wide open is Hughes. She'll fire from 3. That's off the front rim. No good. Rebound tapped over toward the baseline and out of play. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here. 6 minutes, 51 seconds remaining, third quarter. Jackets had a brief 1-point lead in the first half, but it trailed for the vast majority of the contest. The Hawks have led by as many as 9. They'll be right now at 7. As Riyadh in the front court. Carlson. Olsen open. She had a chance at a 3-point shot and decided to pass it up. Instead, she went inside for Hewitt, and the ball got knocked away. Turnover Jackets. In transition, no. Hughes off the glass. Her shot no good. Offensive rebound for Drew, and she lays it in. Now Olsen. Her pass in the front court, and it'll be knocked out of play by Off. Schaefer. Lesha coming back in. They'll take out Riot and Olsen here. Hope Carlson will inbound now in the corner. Down to my right. Pass comes in, knocked away by Off. It'll stay with the Yellow Jackets. Well, Kira John's going to come back in now for Viterbo. She'll take out Perla Tico Folly. And the trigger in now for Carlson out on top. Schaefer playing point on this trip. Bounce pass right side. Now here's Lesha. Skip pass now in the corner. Carlson will fire from 3. Off the front rim, no good. Offensive rebound grab by Hewitt. Trying to step up, and we're going to have a jump ball. And it'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here. They'll have 20 seconds to shoot. I think the officials are conferring right now on the right baseline. Lesha will inbound here for the Jackets. Now Schaefer coming down low. Outside now Carlson. Carlson now spinning. Looking for an outlet. Finds Schaefer. 10 seconds to shoot. Schaefer going right to the rim. Flipped up a shot. No good. And she'll be called on an offensive foul. Kind of a delayed call on that one, but I can't say it was the wrong call. Schaefer a little out of control as she made her move down the left side of the lane. And Jackets right now passing up some opportunities from the outside, trying to force things inside that aren't necessarily always there. Seen that a couple times now in this half, and Viterbo has certainly taken full advantage of it, stretching their lead to 9. Now Hughes kicking it right side. Here's Carly Drew. Hughes will swing it. Now Off will fire away from 3. That one's off the back rim, no good. Offensive rebound grab by John, and then she gets tied up. Alternating possession now will stay with Viterbo. Kira Latvala is going to come back in. She'll take out Colleen Claude. It'll be an inbound now right baseline. Chloe Oth will do the honors here for the V-Hawks. Pass inside for Tucker. Now outside, here's Hughes. She'll fire from 3 and knock it down. Marley Hughes with the triple. First 3 points of the game, and for the first time tonight, the Jackets with a double-digit deficit staring at them at 46-34. Now Carlson back the other direction, gets in the lane, flips up a shot. In the middle, off the front rim, no good. Rebound grabbed by the V-Hawks, and now they're off and running the other direction with Drew. Drew, 18-foot jump shot is up and good, left side. And now the lead's up to 14, and a timeout going to be called here by the Yellow Jackets. UWS just looking a little tentative. Didn't see that a lot in the first half, but in the second half so far, they've certainly have struggled a bit here in this quarter. So far, 12-4 the margin. Jackets shooting 33.3%. V-Hawks still right around 50 at 19 out of 41. But so far here in this quarter, I think the biggest problem the Jackets have had has been holding on to the basketball. They're up to 13 turnovers now. V-Hawks 14 assists against 6 turnovers. The Jackets with 9 assists against 13 turnovers. So Jackets are -7 in turnovers in this game. UWS came in averaging about 20 turnovers a game, and that's way too high. It's an area that Coach Evelyn Parsons has talked about focusing on, making sure you're taking care of the basketball a bit better. The Jackets have 4 turnovers so far here in the first 5 minutes of this third quarter, and now trail it by 14 as we come out of timeout. UWS in the front court now. Latvala bounce pass left side. Hewitt in the corner. Elson. Bounce pass now back for Hewitt. Trying to step through, flipped up a shot, got it to go down for 2, and will draw the foul. Kylie Hewitt. She has 4 points. Nice strong finish there with the left hand by Hewitt. Got a couple of V-Hawk defenders draped on her as she got that shot up, but able to go off the glass. The foul going to be called, by the way, on Oth. And it's 48-36. Hewitt at the free throw line. Missed one in the first half. She misses this one as well, wide to the left. Rebound grab by Kira John here for Viterbo. And then on the front court they come. Here's Tucker out on top. Getting around Lesha. Now double team comes, and she's going to be called on the foul as Kylie Hewitt came over defensively. I thought they might call a travel at first. Looked like she might have dragged her pivot foot as she went down the right side, but the official gave the call actually to Lesha. So that'll be her second. She'll check out. Maddie Riyad comes back in. She'll check Tucker here. As Oth inbounds now out on top. Shayna Williamson will hand it back off for Oth. Now John takes it outside. 3-point shot's up from Shayna Williamson. That's off the front rim. No good. Rebound. Grabbed by Schaefer, and she'll draw the foul. Nice box out down low by Megan Schaefer. Shortest player in there. Trying to go for that rebound, but foul on Oth, by the way, will be her second. Riyad will inbound here with 4:13 remaining third quarter. Olsen in the front court. Goes right side off the pass. Schaefer. Bounce pass now. Here's Hewitt. Taking it in the corner. Riyad. She'll tee up a 3-point shot and knock it down. Maddie Riyad with the triple. 48-39. Now back to the direction in the front court. Here's Williamson. CeCe Davis back in there for the V-Hawks. Now has the ball right wing. Handing it off out on top for Oth. They now swing it left side. Back for Shayna Williamson. Davis looking down low for John against Hewitt. Coming down defensively to strip her of the basketball here was Schaefer, and the foul going to be called, I think, on Kira John. Or are they going to give this foul to the Yellow Jackets? If it is, that'd be a really tough call. And they are going to call it on John. Really smart play there by Megan Schaefer. We've seen that a couple of times from her where she just comes down defensively and able to make the pick, draw the foul. 14 fouls now on the V-Hawks here in the quarter. So on the next one, the Yellow Jackets will be into the bonus. In the meantime now, Olsen brings the Jackets into the front court. Pass comes right side now for Megan Schaefer. Schaefer for the Jackets. Riyad right wing. Now Olsen steps back. High arcing 18-foot jump shot. Spins out, no good. Rebound grabbed under there by Shayna Williamson. And now Marley Hughes into the front court here for Viterbo. Bounce pass now for Davis on the baseline. Now they swing it on the right side. Williamson. Davis. Abby Ward back in there as well. Now Davis going on left side baseline gets cut off. John, 5 seconds to shoot. Putting on the deck now. Williamson going to the rack with the left hand, left the shot off the backboard, no good, but will draw the foul. And Shayna Williamson, the 5'9" sophomore from Appleton, Wisconsin, will head to the free throw line to shoot 2 as Lesha comes back in. Claude's also going to check back in. Schaefer going to come out. Firstel also going to re-enter. Lafla going to check out. And the Jackets have 6 players out there, so somebody has to come off, and the last one's going to be Kylie Hewitt. 2:40 remaining. Third quarter. Shayna Williamson at the free throw line. The Hawks really haven't gone to the line a whole lot in the game. And that one is good. That was just their 4th free throw attempt, although they are 4 for 4 as a team in this game. Williamson has her first point, and now it's 49-39. Second free throw from Williamson off the back rim, no good. Rebound cleared by Firstel. Riyadh in the front court now for UWS. Olsen now going the step on the right side. Picks up her dribble in the corner now. Claude Lesha was hot from three-point range in the first half. This one off the back rim, no good from 3, and the rebound grabbed by John. Kara John with those 3 fouls into the front court. Now Shayna Williamson in the corner. Davis, her three-point shot blocked by Riyadh. Loose ball picked up by Olsen. Going to 2 minutes remaining, third quarter. 10-point lead now for Viterbo. Out on top now, Riyadh. Lesha, skip past Olsen. She'll tee up a three-point shot, and that one is good. Olsen with the 3. She's in the double figures with 10, 49-42. Now here's Hughes trying to go down low on the opposite side with the pass for John. Good read there by Lesha to create the turnover. Olsen now with the bounce pass right side. Colleen Claude. Riyadh out on top. Looking down low. Maddie Riyadh putting it on the deck. Kicks it outside. Olsen trying to go back to back. And she does so with the triple right side corner. 49-45. 13 points now for Elsa Olsen. And now Viterbo in the front court. Here's Davis left side. John. It's a double team, trying to split it. Kicks it outside. Williamson, she'll fire from 3. That one's halfway down, spun out. Rebound grabbed by Riyadh. Under a minute remaining, third quarter. Hawks up by 4, 49-45. Right side now, Claude out on top. Here's Mackenzie Lesha. Firstel for the Yellow Jackets. Olsen looking down low. Now Firstel, right side block against John. Goes up with the shot off the glass, no good with the left hand. Rebound grabbed by John. Off the miss. Shot clock's off, so we'll see if Viterbo wants to play for 1. Hughes goes left side now in the corner. Abby Ward there being guarded by Elsa Olsen. Now on the cut. Davis picks it out. 13 seconds in the quarter. Back for Ward left side. Abby Ward now. 5 seconds remaining. Third quarter. Here's John kicking outside Davis. She'll fire from 3, and then she'll knock it down. That's a big shot. CeCe Davis with the triple. As the clock expires, and it now is 52-45 in favor of Viterbo. Have you downloaded Swarm Central, the official rewards and loyalty app of the Yellow Jackets? Get started and receive 200 points just for registering and 200 more for downloading the app. Redeem your points for cool prizes in the Swarm Central store. Find Swarm Central in the Apple and Google stores today. Taking a look at the numbers in that third quarter. Viterbo 6 out of 16 from the field. Jackets had a slow start in that quarter, but heated up as the 10 minutes wore on. 6 out of 14 for UWS. Jackets up to 37.2% for the game now. Viterbo at 44.4. 2 players in double figures now for the V-Hawks. Tucker's still sitting on 19, so the Jackets did a nice job of slowing her down in that third quarter. Drew, meanwhile, has 11 points. Yellow Jackets 1 player in double figures, that's Olsen. She's got 13. She's 4 out of 8 overall, but 3 for 4 from beyond the arc. 9 points for Lesha, all of them in the first half. 7 points now for Maddie Riyadh. 6 points for Megan Schaefer. 4 points each for Firstel and Kylie Hewitt, and 2 points for Hope Carlson. Viterbo Nora Tucker still sitting on 19. Only took one shot in that quarter. She's now 7 for 10. Drew 5 for 9 for her, 11 points. 7 points for Tico Folly, 6 points so far for Kira John. B-Hawks, have gotten points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players. The Jackets have gotten points from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different players as well. Jackets will start the fourth quarter in possession of the basketball here, trailing up by 7. Hope Carlson will inbound far side. And she flips it in now for Megan Schaefer. Schaefer going right side now. Here's Latvala. Riyadh out on top. Bounce pass now for Firstel. Backdoor cut for Schaefer. Goes up, lays it in for 2. Schaefer with the bucket. She now has 8, 52-47 with 9:40 remaining in regulation time. Marley Hughes in the front court now for Viterbo. Picks up her dribble. Gives a pass now out on top. Lauren Gadel back in there. She's got 3 fouls in the game. Pass outside for Hughes. Now into the corner. Here's Drew going on the baseline. Nearly losing the handle. Not trying to spin. 7 seconds to shoot as she flips it to the corner. Here's Tucker for 3, and she knocks it down again. Nora Tucker with an even 22 points so far. Now 8 for 11 shooting for her. And it's 55-47. Ice in her veins all night long for Nora Tucker. Front court for the Jackets. Now here's Carlson. Right side, Schaefer. Schaefer now on the spin move. Had her shot knocked away by Perla Tico Folly, who's back in. And now back to the direction. Here comes Gadel. Hughes. Down low now Drew goes up and lays it in for 2. Nice feed from Hughes to the cutting Drew. She has 13 and the lead back up to 10 again. 57-47. Lapila looking down low. Carlson now out on top. And we're going to have a reach and foul called on Gadel, and that'll be her 4th. Jackets will bring back now Lesha and Olsen. Lapila is going to check out. Riyadh also going to check out. Jackets will inbound now with Lesha far side. Not a bad performance by the Yellow Jackets overall, though. I mentioned this before. Playing an NAIA team with scholarship availability is always going to be a challenge. The Jackets have accounted themselves well tonight. There's Firstel out on top now. 8 seconds to shoot. Pass comes right side. Here's Carlson. Carlson now trying to go through. Has her shot blocked by Tico Folly, and she's going to be whistled for the foul. And a little bit frustrated with the call is Perla Tico Folly, but I'll send Hope Carlson to the free throw line to shoot 2. That's her 3rd. Second team foul against the V-Hawks here in the fourth quarter, and Carlson to the free throw line to shoot 2. First one is up and good from Hope Carlson. Now in her junior season after transferring from St. Scholastica. She's got 3 points, all of them on free throws. She's 3 for 3 from the stripe tonight. And now 4 for 4 as she knocks down that one as well. 57-49 your score. As Gadel on the 4 fouls comes into the front court. Has the ball picked away now by Carlson. 2-on-1 for the Jackets as Carlson comes in with Schaefer. Goes up with the shot, and I'm going to call her for a travel. Yeah, she never really got full control of the basketball. She had Schaefer with her. But like I said, was struggling to maintain the dribble as she came in. And then shuffled her feet just as she tried to go up with the left hand. Tough break for the Jackets there. Our score remains 57-49. Hughes now back in the front court. Olsen back in for the Jackets, by the way. Now high-low. Pass comes down low for Tico Folly. She gets tied up from behind by Claude, who checked back in. And off that turnover now Carlson. Weaving her way through traffic, and we're going to have a reach-in foul called on Marley Hughes, I think. Actually, they're going to call it on Tico Folly. So now she has 4. So a couple of players now for Viterbo with 4 fouls. John comes back in. She'll take out Tico Folly. Carlson will inbound left sideline now. And that one kicked out of play. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here again. They'll have 24 seconds to shoot. And the pass comes in now for Elsa Olsen. Olsen with 13 tonight. Bounce pass comes right side, Colleen Claude. Now Lesha. Kylie Hewitt also back in. Carlson now putting it on the deck. Carlson picking up her dribble. Back outside now for Olsen. 5 seconds to shoot. Back inside. Claude with 2 seconds. 1 second. Jackets are going to have a shot clock violation here. Again, UWS getting caught up here. Nobody seems to want to, at times, take the initiative on offense. And it's about 2 or 3 times tonight we've seen the Jackets just passing the ball around, looking like they don't really know who should be taking the shot. Off the violation, back to their direction now the V-Hawks. Now getting a step is Drew, goes all the way up, misses the bunny on the right side after she beat Claude to the spot. But off the miss, Colleen Claude on the rebound, and now she'll bring UWS in the front court. Claude for Riot, who's back in. Now out on top for Olsen. Now Hewitt. Hewitt putting it on the deck. Trying to go up with the shot. John was able to get her hand on it. Now Riot. That ball also knocked away, and it'll stay with the Yellow Jackets as it goes over the baseline. Schaefer's going to come back in. So take out Olsen. Riot will inbound now, left baseline. Pass in now for Schaefer. 8 seconds to shoot. Schaefer looking for somewhere to go, and now gives it off to Hewitt. 2 seconds, 1 second. Going up with the right-handed shot and laying it in for 2 is Kylie Hewitt. She now has 6 points, and it's 57-51. Hughes. Drew on the left side now. Ball fake around Claude. Triple team comes. Now here's John. Now Hughes in the corner. Cadle down low. Going up against Riot. Goes up, lays it in, and will draw the foul on Maddie Riot. It's the second field goal of the game for Gadel. The foul going to be called on Riot. For Maddie Riot, that'll be her first team foul on the Jackets here in the fourth. And Gadel at the free throw line. Looking for an old-fashioned three-point play. And she knocks it down. And another timeout can be called here. 30-second timeout. Called by Viterbo, head coach Jordan Scarr in his first season. Matchup of 2 first-year head coaches here. Talked about Viterbo in the first half, a first NAIA team that the Jackets have played here in Superior in I don't even know how long. It's kind of funny before the game, one of the Viterbo players was asking if the basketballs were the right size when they came out for warm-ups, because the NAIA doesn't even use the same basketballs the NCAA uses. NCAA basketball uses Wilson basketballs, and I'm not even sure what the NAIA uses. It was kind of a smiling moment, I think, for everybody. The Viterbo player, I'm not even sure which one it was. We asked her if they use Wilson basketballs, and she said no, they don't. So that gives you an idea of kind of how different things are here when you're playing a team from an entirely different athletic association, like the Yellow Jackets are here tonight. In the meantime, the Yellow Jackets out of the timeout now, trailing up by 9 at 60-51. Lesha now trying to flip a pass down low for Hewitt. That one knocked away by John. It'll be a turnover on UWS. And now here's Tucker in the front court. Pass coming right side for John. In the corner now for Drew. Well, they swing it left side. Now Lesha on the steal. Lesha tried to trigger it for Schaefer. Then they got knocked away. Now it's on the deck, and nobody can seem to be able to get a handle on it. And it'll be Viterbo basketball. I think that's a bad call by that official down there. I'm not sure how, at least that, Carly Drew didn't touch the basketball when she dove for it, which, I don't know, maybe I have a bad angle up here, but I was trying to figure out how that ball went out off of Drew, and it ended up with the V-Hawks. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. I don't know. Either way, Viterbo puts the basketball on play. Now here is the aforementioned Drew getting a step on the baseline, floating up a shot out the back rim. No good. Rebound for John. She'll kick it out. Now Gadel for three, and that one's good. Left side three-point shot from Gadel. And this matches the largest lead. That's 63-51. Schaefer in the front court. Now high post. Here's Charlotte Firstel. Lesha now right side. Olsen. She'll just fire away from three. And halfway down, popped out. No good. Rebound grabbed out of there by Gadel. Gadel in the front court. Bounce pass outside now for Marley Hughes. Hughes putting it on the deck. Kicks it toward the corner. Carly Drew. Gadel. Now Hughes. She'll fire from three. That one's off the back rim. Rebound to the far corner. Tracked down by Kira John. Now Hughes will try again as she repositions inside the free throw line. That one off the mark. No good. Rebound grabbed by Firstel, and she'll flip a pass off for Megan Schaefer, who brings UWS into the front court. Lesha putting the ball on the deck. Riot. Now left side here is Elsa Olsen. Schaefer wide open. She'll fire from three. That one's way off the mark. No good. Rebound for Gadel. We're under 4 minutes now remaining. Fourth quarter. Tucker now off the cut. Right side. Kicks it out. Gadel. She'll fire from three. That one's an air ball. And then off the rebound, off of Drew and out of play. It'll be Yellow Jacket basketball here. Jackets have to mount a rally here over the last 3:42 to avoid going 2 and 5. Timeout called here by the Yellow Jackets. Timeout Superior. And I'll leave them with one. Viterbo still has 4. Timeouts that they can use in this contest. So far here in this fourth quarter, Viterbo outscoring the Yellow Jackets 11-6. UWS 2 for 6 in the frame, now shooting at 36.7% for the contest. Viterbo at 4 for 9 so far. They have 11 points in the quarter, as I mentioned. They're shooting 44.4% as a team. Olsen still sitting at 13 points lead UWS. 22 now for Nora Tucker. She's your player of the game, hands down. 22 points, 8 out of 11 from the field, and 6 for 9 from beyond the arc. Very soft release. She's been really impressive. So just a junior, came in averaging 6.9 points per game. And she's more than tripled that here tonight. Hasn't done a lot in the second half, but she scored 19 in the first half. As we come out of the timeout, Riot will trigger it in now for Olsen. Olsen right side now. Megan Schaefer left side now. Hope Carlson inside Kylie Hewitt. Kicks it in the corner now. Schaefer. Now Riot. Carlson putting on the deck. Gets a step through, flips up a shot off the glass, no good. Gets her own rebound. And then we're going to have a reach-in fall call here against C.C. Davis, I think. It'll be an inbound for the Jackets right side. Triggering in now will be Riot. Right baseline. 20 seconds to shoot for UWS. 3:31 remaining in the fourth quarter. Pass inside. Here's Schaefer. Stepping through, going up, flipping up a shot, and getting it to go down for 2 is Schaefer. Second Yellow Jacket double figure. She's got 10 now. 63-53. That's a 10-point deficit. As Hughes. Tucker now left baseline. Bounce pass inside for John. Loses her footing, and then a timeout going to be called here. A 30-second timeout here by head coach Jordan Scarr. John was kind of caught in no man's land there. Completely lost her footing right near the arc in the painted area, and trying to spin and get the basketball away. If they hadn't called the timeout, they probably would have been whistled on a travel there. She was trying to swing it to the outside, but 3 minutes remaining to be played here in the fourth quarter. Reminder, we'll have our post-game show sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery once we go final here. So stick around for that. UWS will be next in action, of course, coming up on Saturday. I mentioned that already a couple of times against UW Stout. That'll be our next broadcast, 1 p.m. The opening tip here from the Mertz, game one of a Yellow Jacket basketball doubleheader. In fact, that'll be a triple header of Yellow Jacket athletics. Broadcast here, I think. Talk about that also in the post-game show. As out of the timeout, Hughes now flipping it in. Here's Tucker getting a step on the baseline, flipping up a shot, missing the layup. Jackets the rebound. Olsen's long pass now plonks right off the back of the head of C.C. Davis, but the Jackets able to pick up the loose ball. Olsen, Schaefer, Riot now top of the key. Right side, Olsen putting the ball on the deck. Runner on the baseline. Left it well short. Rebound out the miss for Marley Hughes. Then Viterbo back to the direction now. Chloe off. Tucker will hand it off. Pass coming right side now. Davis. Hughes off in the corner. Wide open is off. She'll fire away from three. That's off the back rim. No good. Rebound uncontested for Mackenzie Lesha. WS in the front court now. Riot. Schaefer. Now Hope Carlson at the elbow, putting it on the deck. Trying to spin, pass comes out on top. Lesha now swinging it for Olsen, 10 seconds to shoot. Let's see what the Jackets can manufacture here. Olsen now stepping through, outside Lesha. She'll fire away from three-point range. That's off the back rim, long, no good. Rebound cleared by Davis. And now the V-Hawks in the front court. Here's Tucker. And we're going to have a reach and fall called here on the Yellow Jackets. Called on Megan Schaefer. She's had a solid game tonight as Megan Schaefer. She came in the leading scorer for the Yellow Jackets, averaging 10.3. She's right at her season average of 10. That's her third foul, but she's made a couple of nice plays. Had a nice block out on a rebound earlier. Also had a couple of nice steals. Good three-point shooter when she gets the opportunity, usually. And the Jackets now changing it up a little bit defensively here. They're going to send Schaefer out on top. Inbounds came in, and Schaefer kicking the basketball. Lydia Niederstad is in for the first time, by the way, here for the V-Hawks, and she's triggering in now for off left side. Niederstad now right side. Here's Davis getting a step, going to the rim, puts up a shot. Rims out, no good. Rebound for Hope Carlson. The Jackets in the front court now. Here's Lesha. Schaefer. Riot. Riot getting a step. Takes the pass opposite side. Lesha will fire away from three again. Halfway down again, popped out. Rebound grab by Off. We're about to go under 1 minute here on the evening from the Mertz. Viterbo up by 10. Three-point shot from Davis in the corner. That's no good. Back rim and out. Rebound cleared out of there by Ashley Nicolay, who's in for the first time. Her pass down low, knocked away. Now Carlson for the Jackets in the front court. Hope Carlson. Riot getting the step. Now out on top, Carlson. She'll fire away from three, and it's good. Hope Carlson with the triple. And the Jackets will use their final timeout here with 34.1 seconds left. 63-56. Again, not a bad performance by the Yellow Jackets. Wasn't quite sure how they would respond to playing a team that has quite a few very talented and, at least I would think, on partial scholarship basketball players from this Viterbo team. Again, the NAIA and the NCAA, their scholarships are run differently, so I'm not quite sure. I'm going to have to go back and look. But the Yellow Jackets, if you take away that first 2 or 3 minutes where the Jackets kind of struggled to keep up with the V-Hawks, count themselves very well. I mean, V-Hawks, I mentioned it in the first quarter, up 8-0, then it was 11-2, and then at 15-6, and you were thinking, well, Let's see what they can make out of this, and they have more than accounted themselves well here. So not a bad showing, something they can definitely build on going in that game against Stout on Saturday. That'll be a very tough challenge as well, though, Stout. The team went to the NCAA tournament a year ago, and actually, if I'm not mistaken, made it to the Sweet 16. So that'll be a big challenge for UWS on Saturday. I'm not sure how many of those Stout players return, but again, confidence builder here for the Jackets, if nothing else, here tonight. Without the timeout, the Jackets going to pick up full court. Now another timeout going to be called, and Jordan Scar now going to take the opportunity to work on some extra strategy here as he's going to advance the basketball in the front court. Jackets out of timeouts, by the way. This one will leave Viterbo with 2. So a chance to work on some things here. It's been a spirited ball game. Certainly has been a fun one to watch. The first quarter was really something between the two sides. It's settled down since then, but combined 42 points between the two teams in the opening 10 minutes. As we come out of the timeout, Niederstad will inbound it now for the Beehawks. It's the pass in now for Oth. And we're going to have a foul called. 3 Yellow Jackets converged on Oth. Also, Olsen ripped the basketball away from her, but they're going to call the foul, I believe, on Carlson. Actually, they're going to call it on Olsen. Wow. See, tough call. From up here, it looked pretty clean. Maybe not. Niederstad will still inbound it here. 27 seconds to shoot, 31 left in the game. Pass comes in for Davis. And now we're going to have a jump ball as Colleen Claude comes in from behind. Tied up Davis in the corner. On the alternating possession, it'll still stay with Viterbo. 28.3 seconds now left. It's a 3-possession game, so I said more situational here unless the Yellow Jackets are going to try to send this game, or extend this game, I should say, as the pass comes in, knocked away by Carlson. It's interesting, the game does not count officially for the Yellow Jackets in terms of NCAA rankings, nor does it count for anything for Viterbo, and now we're going to have an offensive foul called. Actually, they're going to call just a ball out of play off of Davis, apparently. Jackets double-teamed her on the inbounds. UWS, by the way, out of timeout, so the Jackets try to put together a miracle finish here. They're going to have to do it all without a timeout. In the meantime, Abby Ward's going to come back in now. Take out Gina Stefferud, who was in there for all of about 20 seconds. Now Carlson rolling it in. Here's Olsen. Olsen in the front court as we hit the 20-second mark remaining, fourth quarter. Carlson outside Schaefer. She'll tee up a 3-point shot and knock it down. Schaefer with the triple. She has 13, 63-59, and now the inbounds for Oth. Foul is going to be given by the Jackets. That'll be their fourth. 11.9. Still a 2-possession ball game as Claude comes back in. She'll take out Schaefer. Stefferud is going to come back in. She'll take out Ward. Niederstad will inbound. Just the pass in now for Oth, and there's the foul given by Claude. So now Oth will have to go to the free throw line with 10.7 seconds left. Schaefer's going to come back in. She'll take out Claude. Colleen Claude doing her job there. And Oth will shoot 2. First time we've had bonus free throws tonight for either side. Oth's first free throw is no good off the back rim. One more coming. Off second free throw is good. 64-59, 10.7 seconds left. Riyad rolling it in now for Schaefer. Schaefer scooping it up. 8 seconds. Now going left side, right at Stefferud. 4 seconds, 3 seconds, 2 seconds, and fumbled out of play by Carlson, and that'll do it. 2.7, 64-59. Viterbo is going to get the win here. As the Interstad will inbound, it gets it in for Davis. 2 seconds, 1 second. Buzzer sounds, and this one is in the books. Spirited effort from the Yellow Jackets tonight, coming up just a little bit short. At the end of the day, Viterbo just a little bit too much for the Yellow Jackets. Final score, V-Hawks 64, Yellow Jackets 59. We'll take a quick break and come back with our postgame show, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. That's coming up right after this. This is UWS Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM, KUWS Superior, and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network. Back here at the Mertz as we jump into our post-game show, sponsored by Synovus Energy and the Superior Refinery. Kind of an interesting ball game, really, if I look at it from a larger perspective. The Yellow Jackets playing against some scholarship-level athletes here from Viterbo, a team that, like I said, is NAIA affiliated, not even in the NCAA. Jackets played them last year down in La Crosse, which is, of course, the location of Viterbo University. And this is, like I said, the first time that I can remember a UWS basketball team hosting an NAIA team, either men or women, in my time. So something of an oddity here tonight in that regard, but it turned out to be a very competitive ball game. You always, well, at least I always wonder how teams are going to respond to playing against some higher level athletes than you normally would see, for instance, in the UMAC and sometimes in the non-conference as well. But the Jackets afforded themselves a good chance at this one. They had chances in the third and fourth quarters to get themselves back, and little mistakes here and there. But overall, I think Coach Evelyn Parsons will be pretty happy with how her team competed here tonight. Final numbers in this one as we go quarter by quarter as to what happened tonight. The Yellow Jackets, of course, getting down 8-0 in that first quarter. Then it was 11-2, and then 15-6, and it looked a little bit bleak at the start. And you were wondering, like I said, if the Jackets were going to be up to the challenge here tonight, but pushed back very hard for the rest of the quarter. In fact, that first quarter, a combined 42 points between the two teams. Viterbo ends up taking a 22-20 lead after one, and I thought, well, if we're going to keep it up this pace, it's going to be a fun night. Things slowed down, quite a bit from there. Not exactly a surprise, but again, that first quarter kind of gave an indication the Jackets were up for the fight here tonight. Second quarter, the V-Hawks outscoring the Jackets 14-10, and they led at 36-30 at the break. Then in the third quarter, Viterbo narrowly outscoring the Yellow Jackets 16-15. Jackets actually played pretty well. Got down by 14 at one point in that third quarter, but made a nice run back into it and only trailed by 7 at the half. In fact, they led, or excuse me, didn't lead, but they trailed by 7 at the end of the third quarter thanks to a 3-point shot as the third quarter ended from C.C. Davis to make it 52-45 heading to the fourth quarter. And then in the fourth quarter, the Yellow Jackets again got down by 10. Actually trailed by 12 at one point in the fourth before outscoring Viterbo 14-12. Came within a 63-59 score on Megan Schaefer's three-pointer in the last few seconds, but then Chloe Oth of Viterbo went 1 for 2 from the free throw line. That essentially sealed it to make the final score 64-59. Final numbers from this one. Yellow Jackets ended up 21 out of 56 from the field, 37.5%. Viterbo, meanwhile, 24 out of 58, 41.4%. Jackets were 9 for 24 from beyond the arc, while the V-Hawks were 10 for 30. UWS 8 for 10 from the free throw line, while Viterbo was 6 out of 8. Jackets +2 in rebounding for the game, 34-32. They had 11 offensive rebounds, while the V-Hawks had 9. And then another reason the Jackets fell a little short, too many turnovers, although not as many as they've had in the past. Jackets with 16 assists to go with 17 turnovers, so almost 1-1. The V-Hawks, meanwhile, 18 assists to go with 12 turnovers. So the Jackets were -7 at one point, closed the gap a little bit, but still -5 for turnovers in the contest. Those are your final team numbers. And as far as individually, the best player on the floor tonight, no question about it, was Nora Tucker of Viterbo. She scored 22 points in the game, just 3 after halftime. She was dynamite in that first half. Really carried the V-Hawks offensively. Had 19 of their 36 points, more than half their total. She ended up, like I said, with that game-high 22. 8 for 12 from the field, 6 for 9 from beyond the arc. Felt like at times she just couldn't miss. Meanwhile, Carly Drew had 13 points for Viterbo in the contest, 7 points for Perla Tico Folly, 6 points for Kira John in the contest, 8 points for Lauren Gettle, and also 3 points in the game for C.C. Davis. Had that big 3 at the end of the third. Marley Hughes had 3 points and 1 point on a free throw make for Shayna Williamson. Meanwhile, for the Yellow Jackets, they were led by 2 players with 13 points each. Megan Schaefer, 13 points on 6 for 12 shooting. Just a really nice, steady night for Megan Schaefer. Meanwhile, Elsa Olsen, 13 points as well, 4 for 10 from the field, 3 for 5 from beyond the arc. Would have liked to have seen her take a few more threes, but she ends up with 13 in the ballgame. Mackenzie Lesha with 9 points. Was 3 for 11 from the field, 7 points in the ballgame for both Hope Carlson and Maddie Riot. 6 points for Kylie Hewitt and 4 points for Charlotte Firstel in the ballgame. Firstel, by the way, did a good job on the backboard. She had 9 rebounds for the Yellow Jackets here this evening. With the loss, the Yellow Jackets now at 2-5 on the season. With the win, Viterbo goes to 3-7. Up next for the Jackets, another home date. They'll be back here on this coming Saturday, taking on UW Stout in non-conference action. Like I said, another big challenge considering how good Stout has been the last couple of years. Actually hosted the regionals in the NCAA tournament the Yellow Jackets played in a year ago. So that'll be a huge contest and a huge challenge for the Yellow Jackets on Saturday. But that's next when Coach Evelyn Parsons and company are back in action. That'll be a 1 p.m. opening tip here from the Mertz. 12:45 the pregame with yours truly. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM, KUWS, and Yellow Jacket TV. Meanwhile, our next sports broadcast will come up on Friday. Men's hockey taking on UW River Falls down the street at Westman Arena, 7 p.m. The opening face-off, 6:30 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast on 91.3 FM, KUWS, and Yellow Jacket TV as well. And by the way, folks, for those of you tuning in on the radio, a total of 8 games over the next 2 weeks will be on the radio waves, so bear with us as we go through these real quickly just to give you an idea of what's coming up. I'm talking about the men's hockey broadcast coming up this Friday. Then on Saturday, it's a triple header. Women's basketball against UW Stout. I talked about that. Then in the second game of the day, men's basketball will be back on the airwaves taking on St. Norbert. And it'll be a 3 p.m. opening tip against the Green Knights for Coach Greg Polkowski and company. 2:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast with yours truly on 91.3 FM, KUWS, and Yellow Jacket TV. And then we round out the day with men's hockey at UW Stout down from the Finetti Community Center down in Menominee with John Garver on the call. 7 p.m. at the opening face-off there. 6:30 the pregame. Again, that'll be a 91.3 FM KUW broadcast only. No Yellow Jacket TV for that one. Then the following Friday, December 12th, men's hockey against Beloit. That'll be 7 p.m. Again, 6:30 the pregame. That'll be a 91.3 FM KUWS broadcast only. On Saturday the 13th, men's basketball back on the radio airwaves as well, and another joint broadcast taking on UW-Eau Claire here at the Mertz. 3 p.m. the opening tip there. 2:45 the pregame. That'll be a joint broadcast with yours truly here on 91.3 FM KUWS and on Yellow Jacket TV. That same Saturday, women's basketball against Stevens Point. UW Stevens Point coming to town. First time we've seen the Pointers in a while. 5:30 p.m. the opening tip there. 5:15 the pregame. Another joint broadcast on 91.3 FM and on Yellow Jacket TV. And rounding out that day, our second straight Saturday of the triple header. It'll be men's hockey taking on Beloit in Game 2 of that WIAC series. 7 p.m. the opening face-off. 6:30 the pregame. That'll be in 91.3 FM KUWS broadcast only. So if you can keep track of all that, good job, because that's a lot. 8 games, like I said, over the next 2 weeks here on the radio airwaves. So hopefully you'll be joining us for all of that. A big thank you to Chris Allen, who is my engineer back in the studio at 91.3 FM. Also, a big thank you to Evan Ludwig, who is my engineer with Yellow Jacket TV. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast, and we hope you'll join us for more Yellow Jacket Athletics as the 2025-26 athletic season rolls on. So for Chris back at 91.3 FM and for Evan Ludwig here with Yellow Jacket TV, this is Matt Johnson. One more time repeating the final score here in the Mertz. Final score, Yellow Jackets falling here to Viterbo in non-conference action. Final score, Vhawks 64, Yellow Jackets 59. We'll be talking to you again on Saturday. Thanks for listening, everybody. This has been Yellow Jacket Women's Basketball on 91.3 FM KUWS Superior and on Yellow Jacket TV, an affiliate of the UMAC Sports Network.